What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Jake coming at you with another video. And today we're talking about a Chinese internet company called Temu. Now, you might be wondering, Jake, why are we talking about Temu today? Well, I would say, have you heard of the company? But I'm fairly certain everyone watching this video, if you're from the United States, has heard of Temu, just because of the sheer number of ads that you have been getting. If you are like even thinking about shopping online these days, and if Google sends your data to Temu, you are going to get berated by ads. It is insane. On Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. It's like if you say, it's like Beetlejuice, you know, you say Temu 3 times and then bam, ads everywhere. And honestly, even just like looking stuff up online about Temu, I'm scared for my own safety of what is going to happen next. But wanted to just give a quick hot take on this company, Temu. It's like I said, this is like something I don't make often, so everything I have just opinion based. It's something I want to talk about because we're internet users and all that jazz. But let's look real quick at the Apple Store. We got our top charts here, and as you can see, Temu is at the top. And off the bat, this marketing strategy that Temu is using is so similar to its counterpart here, TikTok. I remember, okay, I might be young, but I still remember when TikTok was making its way to the top, and the amount of ads that you would get to join TikTok on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. I mean, the amount of money that these Chinese companies pour into marketing and advertisements just to, just keep it a part of pop culture seems insane. And it seems to be a business strat that has worked. It worked with TikTok. I mean, that is now the ultimate social media app that we use in the United States. And it seems like Temu is making that jump to, I guess, compete with Amazon. Compete with all the other US market makers out there. And it's crazy. I'm not sure if y'all have gone to their website, but they sell stuff for so cheap. So one of the first things you'll notice if you go to Temu.com on a desktop computer is that you have to log in or make an account to view the catalog, which is just interesting from an e-commerce perspective. I don't think I've ever been on a Shopify website, Amazon, eBay, whatnot, where you have to make an account to see the catalog. I mean, maybe like Pinterest, or I think Twitter just now made it to where you have to have an account to see stuff. But if I'm going to buy something, you would think that there would be like, a guest account option, whatnot. Would just make that just lets you know off the bat that, okay, Temu, you clearly need some of my data to sell to people to make a profit, or we're actually going to look into it. They're not making a profit right now, but needless to say, they have to collect data on you some way. That's a part of their business model, which is just interesting as an e-commerce platform. But with that being said, we do have a screenshot of kind of what the catalog usually looks like. And one of the first things that comes to mind for me when I'm looking at this, obviously, some interesting prices, some good, shoes for $11. Can't go wrong with that. Some sink guard for $5. I mean, just it's typical stuff. This Lenovo AirPod, or I guess earphone thing, was what had me intrigued very much, just knowing that Lenovo, also a Chinese company, but pretty big brand presence in the United States, selling earphones for under $10. I was like, what is this? This thing is still on the market today, even though this is a screenshot. And if we go to the Lenovo website, I don't know if they have like an exclusive deal, but if you type in earphones, you will not find that item on their website, which is just interesting. I don't know if there's something going on there, but it's like an exclusive. You can only buy it on Temu, which is, I mean, I guess it's a good marketing strategy if you got Lenovo into a contract to where they can only sell them on that website, which is interesting. But with that being said, the main takeaway is there's this new e-commerce web app that's been around for 6 months now, Temu, and as you can see, they are selling things very cheaply. Multiple friends of mine have used it. I have not used it, but multiple friends of mine have used it and gotten some things very cheaply. And there's a fun article that came out on May 26th. Temu is losing millions of dollars to send you cheap socks, which is interesting. So we're kind of talking about, $1 socks, $4 socks, some lip balms. And by the way, could you imagine buying a lip balm online for under $1 and getting that thing shipped to you? And I'm pretty sure the shipping is free on the web app, on the e-commerce website. So, I mean, it's $1. Who knows how much it takes to make it, but the entire shipping process as well, that is insane. And I'm trying to think, if I go out to the grocery store today, like, I cannot find anything under $1, so to find it online is just interesting. So this article, coming from wired.com, pretty much saying, if we zoom in a little bit here, losing $30 per order as it throws money to try to break into the American market. Like I said, TikTok was losing so much money on marketing when they were first getting started up, and now we have Temu out here just throwing money, it looks like almost $600 million in loss to get into the markets. And the company is squeezing small manufacturers in China, pressuring them to cut price levels to make it almost impossible to turn profit. So you have these companies that are on Temu that are getting pressured to cut prices at extreme low levels to just break into the US market, which, if I am just looking at it from a pure business perspective, I mean, I can't say that that's a bad strategy. If I'm losing $600 million a year on breaking into the US market, yeah, it's the #1 app on the App Store. It's getting used by American users, and everyone is kind of talking about it these days. They have the ads. Everyone knows Temu exists. So now they have a huge user base. People are going to Temu before they're going to Amazon, which is, I never thought I would see the day of that, because Amazon is just so huge in society as a whole. But they're doing it at a huge loss, which means that this obviously isn't sustainable. So at some point, Temu is going to have to pump the brakes and get prices to a semi-normal state. But for the time being, it is open season on the app. So I don't know. It's very interesting how that is doing, and how they're losing $30 potentially. What was that quote again? Temu is losing an average of $30 per order. I mean, like, that's insane, trying to break into a market. But it's either gonna work or it's gonna blow up in their face. We will see. So the last article we'll look at here is coming from the LA Times, and it's a pretty big hit piece, saying that Temu could be, linked to forced labor in China, which is not what you want your company to be known for. That is not good here in the United States. Although I guess, we do love cheap items in the United States, so that says a lot about us. But needless to say, I don't know how politically motivated these claims are. It is in the LA Times, but some of the data that they have here and what they're linking to is that there's this province in China called the Xinjiang province, and there are companies on Temu that are selling, like, companies are located in this province and are selling on Temu. And that area, is linked to some forced labor. According to research by a global supply chain firm. I would like to, actually see the first person stuff on that, but that's just, coming third hand from this article. And so what's interesting about that is, like, I believe in 2021, the United States had a ban on cotton from that area because, like, the fields were being used by the forced labor. And it's not cotton, but there are shirts and clothing fabrics that are sold on Temu. So it's like, what's going on there? As one spokesperson says, a violation of U.S. trade policies, if that is the case. if there is being forced labor to make these products. And pretty much, remember in 2021 when they had the Uyghur Muslims in forced, labor camps. However, I mean, China just says that it's for re-education purposes. Um, yeah, not good to have products from that area on your website, especially if they're, below $1. Just a little interesting is all I'm going to say about that. So, um, we'll see. This came out in June 15th, so pretty recent in regards to this time video. I'm sure there'll be some bigger investigations into that, especially if, this is being sold. If products are being sold in the United States, I'm sure that it will be investigated in the future. So yeah, guys, there is a new e-commerce tech giant out there, Temu, that is taking the internet by storm. They got ads for days, and they got targeted ads for days. So you're going to be seeing a lot of them in the future, and if history repeats itself, Temu will most likely be at the top of online e-commerce places that U.S. citizens shop if it follows the TikTok trend of just spamming you with ads. It'll be interesting to see how the company grows in the future, if there's ever investigations into how Temu conducts their supply chain and business operations. But yeah, I just thought I would bring this to surface because I don't know, I'm an internet guy, and when I'm on the internet and I just keep seeing Temu ads, I get a little curious, and so I just did a little Google searching, watched a few videos, and just brought some stuff to light to y'all. So yeah, if this video was cool, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Peace.